Champagne and regrets, my usual order, at this corner table where we used to meet. Now I'm drinking alone by the border of memory lane in this empty seat. The waiter knows to bring me 2 glasses still. Though I've been coming here alone, he pours the bubbles while I sit so still, watching couples on their phones. You used to hate when people couldn't talk without their screens between their eyes. Now I wonder if you'd rather walk away than hear my alibis, for all the things I never said, for all the chances that I missed. Now all I have instead is champagne and regrets go together like rain and November weather. Bitter bubbles on my tongue, singing all the songs unsung. Champagne and regrets, my bitter friends, they know the story how this ends, with golden wine and silver tears and all my wasted years. I order oysters that we used to share. The salt reminds me of your kiss. The waiter sets them down with care, not knowing what he'll miss. The jazz quartet plays our favorite song, the one we danced to on your birthday night, when I was sure that nothing could go wrong and you were holding me so tight. Maybe I should find another place where memories don't crowd the bar. Maybe I should show a different face to the world and travel far. But champagne tastes like celebration, even when you're drinking it alone. And regrets need conversation, even when you're on your own. Champagne and regrets, old companions, they've been faithful through the years. Champagne sparkles, regret dampens all my hopes and all my fears. Champagne and regrets know how to stay when everything else fades away. Golden wine and silver pain, dancing in the autumn rain. Champagne and regrets, my usual order. The waiter knows to bring me 2, one for me, one for the border between what was and what I'll never do.
I've been mining for love in all the wrong places, digging deep through pretty faces, thinking every shine I see might be gold that's meant for me. Found a nugget in a smile so bright, thought I'd struck it rich that Friday night. Spent my savings on a ring so fine, for a heart that would never be mine. She was a fool's gold dressed in silver lies, fool's gold behind those emerald eyes. I was panning for forever in a temporary stream, living off a fool's gold dream. They say all that glitters isn't real, but when you're desperate, you can't feel the difference between what shines and what is genuinely mine. Fool's gold has got me fooled again. Fool's gold, my fair weather friend. moonlight, but she crumbles in my hand. Fool's gold don't make a wealthy man. I've been trading my heart for copper coins while she's making other plans. Fool's gold leaves you with empty hands and a broke heart that understands. Started mining again last Tuesday night. Another golden girl caught my sight. Same old story, different name, playing that same fool's gold game. She promised me forever in a weekend fling, said I was her everything. But Monday morning came around and fool's gold fell to the ground. Maybe I should learn to pan for something real, honest woman who values more than surface shine, who sees the gold that's mine. But fool's gold, so easy to find, it catches every desperate mind with promises of quick romance and love without a second glance. Fool's gold has taught me how to see real gold when it's in front of me. True love doesn't glitter and gleam, solid as a golden dream. I'm done trading my heart for copper coins, done making temporary plans. Real gold stays warm in your hands, and a wise heart understands. I've been mining for love in all the wrong places. Now I'm looking deeper than pretty faces for the gold that doesn't shine so bright, but holds its value through the night.
I still sleep on my side of your bed, though you've been gone for months instead. Your pillow holds the shape of dreams that died with morning's cruel sunbeams. There's a ghost in your bed, and it looks just like me, haunting sheets that remember how we used to be. I trace the outline where your body used to lay. Wonder if you think of me when you're with her today. Your toothbrush disappeared, but mine remains, like evidence of love that still sustains the hope that maybe you'll come back tonight and make this empty house feel right. How do you replace a ghost? How do you love what you can't hold? When every night I'm lying here with memories growing cold. There's a ghost in your bed and he's calling your name, but you can't hear him crying through your window pane. He's made of all the words we'll never say, and all the love that couldn't make you stay. This ghost knows every secret that you shared, every dream and every nightmare that you dared. But now he's just a shadow on the wall, waiting for a love that won't come home at all. I see you in the way the moonlight falls across the pictures hanging on these walls. Your laugh still echoes in the empty space where morning coffee met your sleepy face. Sometimes I swear I feel you next to me, but when I reach there's just uncertainty. A ghost who loves you more than flesh and bone, a ghost who'll love you even when you're gone. Maybe I should pack away these sheets, find a bed where no ghost meets. The living world of moving on, but I'm not ready to be gone. So I'll stay here with this ghost of what we were until the day you might prefer a haunted love that never fades to perfect in your bed, and he knows how to love with the kind of devotion you're dreaming of. He's made of all the promises we meant to keep, and all the tears I cried instead of sleep. This ghost will never leave or break your heart. He'll love you even when you fall apart. But he's just a shadow of the man I used to be, before you left, before you set me free. I still sleep on my side of your bed, with the ghost of everything we never said.
You can't see them in the mirror, but they're written on my soul. Invisible scars that grow clearer every time I lose control. There's one across my chest from where you left, without a word or reason why. Another on my wrist from feeling bereft the night I learned to cry. You wouldn't know by looking at my face that I still carry all this weight. These invisible scars in this empty space where love used to live and wait. They don't bleed, they don't show, but God, they hurt to bear. Nobody has to know that they're everywhere. Invisible scars from invisible wounds that never seem to heal. Invisible scars in invisible rooms where I go to feel. You can't kiss them better, can't bandage them up, can't see them in the light. Invisible scars that I cover up every day and every night. There's one upon my heart shaped like your name. It throbs when people mention you. Another on my lips that bears the shame of all the lies I told as truth. The one across my soul is still so raw from trying to forget your touch. These invisible scars you never saw hurt so very much. Maybe scars are proof that we survived the things that tried to break us down. Maybe invisible doesn't mean not alive. And maybe they're the strongest marks around. I wear these scars like medals now. They tell the story of my heart, how I loved and lost and learned somehow to treasure every part. Invisible scars from invisible wounds that teach me how to heal. Invisible scars in invisible rooms where I go to feel. You can't see them, but they're beautiful now. They're silver in the light. Invisible scars that I wear somehow with invisible pride. You can't see them in the mirror, but they're written on my soul. Invisible scars that make me clearer about what makes me whole. Welcome to the museum of ours. Admission's free, but the cost is trust, please. Keep your voices low and hear. These memories are very dear. Here in the first display case, you'll find our very first embrace, preserved behind this velvet rope, along with all our youthful hope. That photograph from our first date, the ticket stubs we thought were fake, the flower you picked from Central Park before we learned love leaves a mark. Please
the glass. These moments couldn't last, but here they're safe and sound, where love can still be found. In the museum of us, time stands still. Every kiss, every laugh, every thrill, cataloged and carefully preserved. All the love that we deserve. In the museum of us, nothing fades. All our promises and serenades live forever behind these walls, in these memory-lined halls. Moving on to Exhibit 2, the first time that you said I do, mean you never leave my side. That ring became my greatest pride. Here's the corner where we fought about the future that we sought, and here's the makeup kiss we shared when we pretended that you cared. The last room is the hardest one. It holds the words we're finally done. Your goodbye letter, my silent tears, the end of all our golden years. But even endings deserve a place in this museum of our embrace, where love lives on in memory of what we used to be. In the museum of us, time stands still. Even goodbye has made the bill, cataloged with all the rest. Even endings at their best. In the museum of us, love never dies. It just gets crystallized behind these walls inside my heart, where endings are another start. Thank you for visiting the museum of us. The exits through the gift shop, don't make a fuss. You can't take anything when you leave, but these memories you won't believe. Neon lights are hearing my confession tonight. Pink and blue and purple truths under fluorescent light. The city's church is open 24/7. In the neon confessional, seeking my heaven. Father fluorescent, I have sinned again. I loved a woman who loves other men. These electric saints look down on me, from billboards promising I could be free. The diner's cross is made of Budweiser signs. The altar's just a counter where the lonely dines. I'm spilling secrets to the midnight crowd. In the neon confessional, broken and proud. Bless me city lights, for I have lost my way. Bless me neon nights, I've got no words to pray, except these honest confessions here under artificial atmosphere. In the neon confessional, sins glow bright. In the neon confessional, nothing's black and white, just colors bleeding into one another. In the neon confessional, we're all lovers. Pink for passion, blue for pain, purple for the love that drives me insane. In the neon confessional tonight, everything looks different in electric light. Forgive me, Marquis, for the lies I've told. Forgive me, street lamp, for the love I sold to the highest bidder in this urban game. In the neon confessional, we're all the same. The taxi's halo guides me through the street to another neon temple where broken hearts meet and spill their secrets to the glowing night. in the neon confessional's electric light. Maybe redemption doesn't need a church. Maybe it's in the urban search for truth in 24-hour lights, for grace in these neon eyes. The city's always listening, never sleeps. The neon confessional always keeps your secrets safe in colored light until the sunrise ends the night. In the neon confessional, I found my peace. In the neon confessional, I found release from all the guilt I've carried around. In the neon confessional, I am found. Pink for passion, blue for pain, purple for the joy after the rain. In the neon confessional tonight, I learned to love electric light. Neon lights are fading with the dawn, but the peace I found will carry on. The city's church gave me what I need. In the neon confessional, I'm finally free. 1 year of marriage, they give you paper, something thin and white and frail, like promises that bend and taper in the wind of our travail. The book said paper for the first year, something delicate and new. So I wrote you love letters, dear, on pages thin as morning dew. But paper tears so easily, and ink can fade with time. These words I wrote so carefully don't seem to help us rhyme. Paper hearts are hard to mend when real life gets too heavy. Paper promises pretend that love is always steady. Happy paper anniversary to the love we thought would last. Happy paper anniversary, these fragments of our past. We built our dreams on tissue thin, now watch them tear apart. Happy paper anniversary to our paper heart. I saved every note you ever sent, each one a paper, each treasure. But paper yellows when it's bent, beyond what we can measure. The wedding invitations frame can't hold what we've become. These paper vows have lost their name in what we've left undone. Maybe we should light a match and burn these paper dreams. Watch our anniversary catch fire in the autumn leaves. Paper burns so bright and fast, like a love that couldn't stay. Maybe ashes hold the past better than paper anyway. Happy paper anniversary to what we used to be. Happy paper anniversary, set these papers free. We built our dreams on pages thin, now let them fly apart. Happy paper anniversary to our restart. Next year they say you give cotton something stronger, something real. Maybe by then we'll have forgotten how paper made us feel. Or maybe we'll plant new seeds in the ash of what we burned. Maybe that's what marriage needs, paper lessons learned. You promised me forever, but you meant right now. You painted pretty pictures, but you don't know how. Forever feels when you're the one left standing here, with temporary forever disappearing. We built a house of cards and called it home. wrote our names in sand and carved in stone. The difference between the two we didn't see until the tide came in so suddenly. Every kiss felt infinite when lips were touching mine. Every word felt permanent, a message so defined. But temporary's just a pretty word for lies when you're looking in somebody's eyes. How long is long enough to call it always? How deep is deep enough to say it stays? Temporary forever, what a beautiful phrase. Temporary forever, counting down the days. We swore would never end, but endings always come. Temporary forever, we were so young. We thought our love was timeless, but time had other plans. Temporary forever, slipping through our hands. Like sand, like rain, like all the things that temporary forever brings. Now I understand that nothing really lasts. The future's just tomorrow, and tomorrow becomes past. But in the moment when you said you'd never leave, temporary forever was all I could believe. Every sunset has its sunrise on the other side. Every winter melts to spring with time. Maybe temporary's not a flaw in love's design. Maybe it's what makes it shine. If I could love you knowing it would end, would I still call you my best friend? If temporary's all we're guaranteed, would that be all I'd ever need? Maybe forever's just a word we use to make temporary less confusing. Maybe the beauty's in the brevity of what we thought would always be. Temporary forever, I understand you now. Temporary forever, sacred somehow. Because it ends, it means much more than permanent things we take for granted before. Thank you for my temporary forever, even though you couldn't stay. Temporary forever taught me how to say goodbye with grace, hello with hope. You promised me forever, but you meant right now. And now I finally understand somehow that right now is all we ever have. Temporary forever isn't sad. They say it's an art, this letting go. Like painting with colors, I don't know. Each brush stroke a memory I release in hopes of finding inner peace. First you pack away the photographs, the ones where we're still whole and laugh. Then you donate all the clothes she left, those pieces of a love bereft. You change the sheets, rearrange the room, try to clear away the gloom. But letting go's not moving things around, it's silencing that lonely sound. They make it sound so simple, clean like love's just something in between what was and what will be someday. But hearts don't work that way. The art of letting go takes time to learn. Each lesson leaves another burn. You master one, then 10 more appear. This curriculum of sincere tears. They say forgetting is the final test, but I'm still failing at my best. The art of letting go's too hard for me when every stroke's a memory. Next you practice saying her name without your voice catching flame. You learn to sleep alone again without reaching for what's been. You start to date, you try to feel something different, something real. But every kiss feels like betrayal. before you got left behind. Maybe the art is not forgetting, but learning how to stop regretting the man I was when I was yours, before love closed its doors. The art of letting go's not moving on. It's learning how to sing a different song with the same voice they used to sing for her, but finding new words to prefer. They say forgetting is the final test, but maybe loving is our best. The art of letting go's not setting free, it's holding love differently. They say it's an art, this letting go. Now I think I'm starting to know it's not erasing what we had, it's being grateful, not just sad.
They used to know my name, my favorite drink, the way I laughed at all your jokes. Now I'm just another face, I think, to all these ordinary folks. I was somebody when I was with you, the girl who caught the golden boy. Now I'm learning what it's like to be just another person they destroy. Used to get tables without reservations, used to turn heads when we walked in. Now I'm invisible in conversations about the places we have been. 15 minutes ended when you left. Now I know what Andy meant. Fame by association is just theft of who you really are inside. This is the other side of famous, when the spot follows them away. This is the other side of famous, being forgotten yesterday. I was never really the star, just standing in your light so far. Now I'm learning who I am when there's no audience to understand. Paparazzi don't call anymore. My phone stopped ringing Tuesday night, but for the first time I'm not sure if that's wrong or if it's right. I can go to coffee shops alone without whispers at the next table. I can be myself unknown, finally feeling stable. Maybe fame was just a pretty cage, golden bars I couldn't see. Maybe this blank page is where I'm meant to be, learning who I am without your name attached to mine like some tattoo, finding out that I'm not just a frame for holding pictures of you. This is the other side of famous, and it's quieter here, it's true. This is the other side of famous, learning me without you. I was never really meant to be standing someone else's light so free. Now I'm learning who I am, and I think I like this plan. They used to know my name, my favorite drink. Now I'm discovering what I really think about the woman in the mirror there, who doesn't need the world to care.
6 feet feels like 6 miles when you're standing there. 3 words feel like 3 years when you don't care. The space between us grows a little like continental drift. We're drifting away. We used to touch without thinking twice. Now even brushing hands feels like ice. The sofa's become an ocean wide, with you on your shore and me on mine. You text me from the other room, like speaking might break some assumed truce we've made with silence here, in the space between love and fear. When did inches become miles? When did conversations die? When did your beautiful smile become a stranger's goodbye? The space between us is a galaxy of words we'll never say. The space between us holds the history of love we threw away. Two stars in different solar systems, orbiting different suns. The space between us holds the distance of what we've become. I reach across this dinner table, try to bridge what we're unable to cross. With words or gentle touch, the space has grown too much. You look up from your coffee cup like you're seeing me grown up into someone you don't recognize behind these weary eyes. They say space is mostly empty, but it's heavy here tonight. Dark matter of our plenty, bending time and light. Natural decay. The space between us might be crossable if we could find our way. The space between us isn't impossible, just harder every day. We're two hearts in the same small kitchen, searching for the same bright star. The space between us holds the of remembering who we are. 6 feet feels like 6 miles when you're standing there, but maybe space is just the room we need to care. This space between us grows a little less each day. If love can find a way, if love can find a way.
I carry the weight of almost everywhere I go. The almost kiss, the almost yes, the almost letting go. These maybes that I'm hauling are getting hard to bear. The weight of almost loving you is more than I can share. Almost told you how I felt that rainy Tuesday night. Almost reached across the car to hold you tight. Almost said the words that might have changed our fate, but almost just another word for being late. Almost quit my job to follow where you went. Almost wrote a letter with everything I meant. Almost bought a ticket on that midnight train, but almost doesn't heal the pain. These almost are like stones I carry in my chest. These almost sway like bones that never got to rest. The weight of almost is crushing me slowly. The weight of almost keeps me up at night. All these chances that I held too closely. The weight of almost doesn't feel so light. Almost loved, almost lost, almost found my way. Almost spoke, almost broke, almost made you stay. The weight of almost is all I have to show for the courage that I'll never know. Almost kissed you when you cried about your dad. Almost held you when you said you felt so sad. Almost was the hero in your story then, but almost doesn't count again. Almost learned to dance so we could dance together. Almost wrote a song about our stormy weather. Almost found the words to make you understand, but almost slipped right through my hands. If almost was a currency, I'd be rich by now. If almost could buy second chances, I'd show you how. But almost is just empty weight that pulls me down in this almost ghost town. And maybe I should drop these almost in the river, let them sink without a sound. Maybe I should learn to live here in the now, instead of almost ground. The weight of almost has taught me something true. The weight of almost is what we choose to do with all the chances that we let slip away. The weight of almost grows each day. Almost loved, almost lost, almost found my way. Almost spoke, almost broke, almost made you stay. The weight of almost is lighter when you know sometimes you have to let it go. I'm setting down the weight of almost at your door. Maybe you can carry some I can't take anymore. These maybes and these could have beens will have to find new homes again.
Standing at your door with flowers in my hand, rehearsing all the words I never got to say. But through your window I can see you understand that I'm 3 words too late, 3 words too late. I wrote the speech 1,000 times inside my head, how I would tell you that you mean the world to me. But while I waited, someone else got there instead, and now you're wearing white, and it's not meant for me. The invitation came last Tuesday in the mail, your wedding dress so perfect in the photograph. I'm standing here where courage chose to fail, 3 words too late to make you laugh. If I had been braver yesterday, if I had found the words to say, would you be walking down that aisle to someone else today? 3 words too late, and now I'm standing here watching you become someone else's wife. 3 words too late, the timing's never clear when you're about to change someone's life. I love you there, I finally said it true, but you're saying I do to someone new. 3 words too late, 3 words too late, and there's nothing left that I can do. I remember every moment that I let slip by, every time I almost told you how I felt, the way you looked at me like you were asking why. I never spoke the words that could have made you melt. Now you're walking down that aisle flowing wide, and I'm standing in the rain outside the church, wondering if you'd run away if you knew tonight that I've been loving you through every hurt. What if I had called you Monday night? What if I had said don't marry him? What if I had held you just once tight and let these feelings out before they dim? But 3 words spoken to an empty street don't change the vows you're making in there. 3 words that make my heart complete are just 3 words lost in the air. 3 words too late, and now you're someone's bride. 3 words that could have changed our destiny. 3 words too late, I kept my love inside until the day you promised yourself to be his wife forever, not the girl I knew who might have loved me if she only knew. 3 words too late, 3 words too late, and dreams don't always come true. Standing at your door with flowers in my hand that I'll leave here in the rain. 3 words too late, now I understand. Some chances never come again.